Drone up in the sky. Chances are it was made in China, but from now on it won't be. The Federal Communications Commission is banning all new foreign-made drones. National security concerns the reason. Holiday travel could prove something of an adventure for some Americans, with the weather a potential problem in some parts of the east and out west as well.
With similar type size, and I actually think
Russian drone and missile attack on Ukraine. Wall Street, the Dow futures are down 39 points. NASDAQ futures off 23. More details at srnnews.com.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers.
Fans on both sides of the state.
So awesome. I said, sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made in America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
Your home for Goodland High School athletics, the Denver Broncos, Tech Tiger basketball, and the Morning Blitz with Ross Volkmer and Connor Schuh. This is Goodland's Rocket 102.5, KKCI FM, Goodland, an NWKS radio station.
Looking for insurance that actually puts you first? At the insurance agency in downtown Goodland, we're independent, which means we work for you. Whether it's auto, home, crop, or business, we shop top carriers to get you the best coverage at the best price. No pushy sales, just honest advice from people who live right here in your community. Give us a call today at 785-899-5011 or stop by 1020 Main in Goodland and let's get you covered. The Insurance Agency. Insurance the way it should be.
Happy holidays from NWKS Radio.
Record-breaking highs in the mid to upper 70s yesterday will be 10 degrees cooler today in the mid to upper 60s behind a back door cold front. Still 20 degrees above normal under mostly sunny skies. Southeast breeze around 10 miles per hour. Lows tonight again will be mild in the mid to upper 30s with a southwest breeze at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Highs will return to near record and record-breaking potential for Christmas Eve tomorrow and Christmas Day Thursday. Highs will be around 75 tomorrow, maybe a degree or two shy of record-breaking, and lower 70s on Christmas will be right around records. West-northwest and west-southwest winds will generally be less than 20 miles per hour, thus no major fire risk is expected, and skies will be mostly sunny with lows above freezing through the nights. Friday will continue to be warm and dry with highs in the mid to upper 60s. Another dry cold front expected late Saturday and Sunday will bring us back to more seasonal temperatures over the weekend. This is meteorologist Chris Schromick in the NWKS Radio Weather Center.
Merry Christmas from the Farmers State Bank in Oakley. We invite you to stop into our lobby for coffee and cookies throughout the month of December as our small way of saying thank you to our loyal customers. We appreciate your business in 2025 and throughout our 118 years of community banking and look forward to serving you in the new year. Farmers State Bank of Oakley, member FDIC.
When you gotta go, but there's nowhere to go, who you gonna call? Topside Portables and Pumping, that's who. Weddings, job sites, farm parties, they've got clean, reliable porta potties that don't stink, literally. And if your septic tank smells worse than last year's chili cook-off, they'll pump it out fast. No mess, no fuss. Family owned, Heartland values, always ready. Call 785-728-8089. That's 728-8089. Topside Portables and Pumping. When duty calls, they answer.
Are pests making your home or business uncomfortable? Call Pestaway in Goodland, Kansas, serving all of Northwest Kansas. They provide top-notch pest control services to keep your space safe and pest-free. From ants to rodents, termites to spiders, our expert team is here to help with effective, safe, and affordable pest control solutions. Don't wait. Call Pestaway today at 785-728-7166 for fast, reliable service. Your home or business deserves the best protection.
The holiday season just got brighter at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland. Wrap up the year with 0% for 36 months on all 2026 Chevrolet Trailblazer and Equinox models. Or slide into a new GMC, 1.9% for 36 months on a 26 Arcadia, plus up to $7,000 in rebates on a 26 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation with Turbo Max with eligible trade-in. Big savings, big style, and big holiday cheer. Only at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Stop in today or visit online at hurlchev.com.
This holiday season, jolly old St. Nick and his helpful elves at Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware are stocked up and ready to make Christmas merry and bright. From festive decor and handy tools to gift cards and great stocking stuffers, they've got something for everyone. Go bigger with Traeger or Weber grills or even Blackstone griddles, Yeti coolers, or powerful Ego snowblowers that make winter easy. Make holiday shopping simple. Shop local at Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware in Goodland and Colby.
Looking for insurance that actually puts you first? At the insurance agency in downtown Goodland, we're independent, which means we work for you. Whether it's auto, home, crop, or business, we shop top carriers to get you the best coverage at the best price. No pushy sales, just honest advice from people who live right here in your community. Give us a call today at 785-899-5011 or stop by 1020 Main in Goodland and let's get you covered. The insurance agency. Insurance the way it should be.
You ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4!
It's time for the Morning Blitz with Ross Volkmer.
The amount of money getting thrown around to quarterbacks who haven't done diddly squat is amazing to me.
And Connor Schuh.
He's the new guy.
The High Plains only local sports talk show. Broadcasting live on Goodland's Rocket 102.5 and video streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
Covering it all from the preps.
He's at the 10, the 5, he dives for the end zone, he's in! Touchdown, Cowboys!
To the pros.
Line drive, left field, base hit. Here comes McMahon, he'll score. Ball game!
The Blitz is presented by Hurl Chevrolet GMC, Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware, and F&B Bank. Along with
Equity Bank of Hoxie, Quinter, and Grinnell, the Insurance Agency, Pest Away LLC, Topside Portables and Pupping, and the Farmer State Bank in Oakley.
Let's go to work.
Now Council on the right side, lobs ahead to White. He takes a three. He makes a three. Trey White with a baker's dozen, and Kansas pouring it on.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. 5-man rush, cuts his arm, throws, goal line, caught, touchdown. Grab McCaffrey. Just inside the pylon.
Basar had a hand on the rebound, but couldn't secure it, and then the outlet pass taken away. Wilson with the steal and the finish.
Under center, Purdy, the snap, the spin, the fake, he rolls, he cuts his arm, he's on the far sideline, rolling, throwing, caught, touchdown.
Changing looks on Kansas as Budunga hands off to Council left side. 5 to shoot. There's a lob and a two-hand jammer. Council on the feed. Rosario on that flush.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Happy Christmas Eve, if that's what you want to call it. Glad you're with us here on the Morning Blitz on this December the 23rd. It still does not feel like Christmas. Yesterday, it was odd. So get this odd scenario here, Connor Schuh. I'm on my roof fixing my Christmas lights because, the wind blew 80 mile an hour. You remember that correctly. Blew 80 mile an hour just a few days ago. And so I decided to, I'm going to go up and fix the lights because they've blown or been flipped into the gutters or whatever, something like that. So I'm like, all right, I guess we'll do it that way. And I'm up there and sweating because, it's pretty much 70 degrees up top of there. And for some reason, I'm in this deal. I'm wearing long sleeves. And I shouldn't be wearing it because it's going to be, today's a little bit different. It's going to be, I think, 60. But you don't need to be wearing long sleeves now. You don't have
not
to
in the 70s, that's for sure.
Gosh,
that's
ridiculous.
It's not what you feel like right now.
No, it's not. It's I don't mean, I'm sure there are people on the F&B Bank text line at 785-899-2222 will disagree with me. They love this weather, but I'm just going to say it. I think it's depressing. Depressing Christmas weather.
I agree.
When it's this type of warm outside, but we just got to get used to it. It's going to be this way all the rest of this week. Temperatures in the 60s and close to 70, even on Christmas Day here in a couple of days. So, yeah, going to be quite a deal. Programming note, this will be our final show this week. I have some things coming up, so we'll not have shows tomorrow or the rest of the week. So just want to let people know this is our final show this week here, and then we'll be back again next week as we get things going, kind of the pre-new year, kind of like that, starting back on December the 29th. But like I said, no show tomorrow, no show the rest of the way. I've got some things got to take care of, so we'll have no program tomorrow. Just want to let people know. Let's move on though. How we doing today? What was yesterday like back at home? Anything exciting happen in the Schuh stomping grounds?
Nothing too crazy. I mean, doing a little late gift shopping.
Yes.
That's where we're at.
That's all right. That's all right. You have more options up there, I'm sure, so you were able to go get some really great gifts, instead of being like some of us that just have to order off Amazon because that's where we get it from.
Yeah, we've got a few more in-person resources
Yes.
around where I'm at. So
you have got resources for
a few more places to check out.
So anyway, yes. We'll let's get rolling on the program today. Riley Gates, good friend from On3 Sports, going to stop by and visit with us. We'll talk with him about the college football playoff and his thoughts on the first round and the games coming up here as we get set to bring in the new year. So we'll visit with him about that and get some thoughts on him on that. We will get our updated picks of the weekend. Connor wasn't here. He did his picks. I did my picks. I filled out the paperwork, as I would like to say, and now Connor has broken down the numbers, and we'll see who had a better weekend and where we sit with almost pretty much the end of the year. Pretty much is. We'll see. And then are we starting over at the end of the year? You want to start over at the new year? Is that what you want to do?
I'm fine with that, and it's a shame because I got pretty close this week.
Yep, he did all right. So we will get or we can just continue to keep on rolling. We can roll into the next year. I do not care either way. You're the picks guy, so we will follow your lead, whatever you decide to do, Connor Schuh. So
we'll mull that one over.
All right, you mull it over. You've got some time to think about it over the holidays. So anyway, speaking of the holidays, you got anything fun planned over the Christmas time there? Are you guys hosting? Is Sandy Schuh the host?
We're not hosting this year. Going to a couple different relatives' houses on Eve and Christmas Day, so I think we get to get a little load off on Christmas, which is nice.
Does that require a lot of traveling? Not very far traveling?
No, most of the family we see around the holidays are within 10 miles of us, so it's nice and easy.
Piece of cake, nothing easy.
Oh yeah,
you still make it back in time if you want to for bed. So. All right, and so we got plenty of things to get to on the program. FB Bank text line open, 785-899-2222. Lots of things to get to in this first segment. Let's get it going right now with the front page.
Read all about it. Read all about it.
The top stories of today.
I got the early edition, hot off the press.
It's the front page on the Morning Blitz.
Front page, really?
All right, we start with the big news of the day yesterday. I don't think it's really any bigger news, but the news that the Kansas City Chiefs are moving to the state of Kansas. It is now official that the Chiefs have agreed to a deal to start being in Kansas, playing in Kansas in the year of 2031. So 6 years from now, they will kick off the season on this side of the river instead of the Missouri side. And so they will officially be Kansas City Chiefs located in Kansas. I've got something for you on the Hurl Chevrolet GMC video stream. I'm trying this out once again, but Clark Hunt, of course, was there in Topeka with Mark Donovan and other Chiefs crew talking about this. They had to kind of get some final deals, some things finalized, and then they came to a decision that, yes, that we're going to be here in Kansas because they're giving us a deal we cannot turn away. We cannot turn away this deal if you are Clark Hunt and the Kansas City Chiefs. So this was Clark Hunt talking yesterday, I think, after kind of some paperwork was signed and it was kind of official that, hey, we are going to be moving to the state of Kansas in the year of 2031.
Fans on both sides of the state line can tell you that the success that we've enjoyed together over the past decade has elevated the profile of the entire region. Sports are woven into the fabric of this community. And if you travel and go to New York or LA, to Europe or South America, you don't have to tell people which side of the state line you're from. You tell them you're from Kansas City. And there's a pretty good chance that the response might have something to do with the Chiefs. Regardless of where you live or where you're watching from today, I hope this team has made you proud. And I hope you are as excited as we are about this next chapter in Chiefs history. I'll close by saying this. In the 60-plus years of this franchise, we have called 3 stadiums home, and we have brought home a championship to every single one of those stadiums. Today's announcement ensures that for generations to come, Chiefs fans will have the best game day experience in the entire National Football League. That our children and grandchildren will have a place for their own unforgettable moments. And I promise you this, we'll do everything we can to bring trophies home to Kansas. Beginning with the 2031 season, the location of Chiefs games will change, but some things won't change. Our fans will still be the loudest in the NFL. Our games will still be the best place in the world to tailgate, and our players and coaches will be ready to compete for championships. Because on the field or off the field, we're big dreamers, and we're ready for the next chapter. Thank you very much.
Once again, that was Clark Hunt talking there to the people in Kansas and Topeka yesterday, making the decision to move the Chiefs. The biggest thing to me that stands out about this story, there was 2 things. Number one was Kansas gave them a deal that they were not going to be able to turn away. Kansas is going to they signed a deal. They now allow for sales tax and star bonds to be issued to cover up to 70% of the cost of the stadium in a company mixed use district, which is around $2.4 billion on this $3 billion domed stadium they're going to build. So they're footing the bill for over 2/3 of this sucker. The Chiefs only got to throw in $1 billion. The Hunt family and the Chiefs only got to throw in $1 billion, which I know $1 billion is a lot of money, but I mean, only $1 billion. So once again, Kansas says, come to us. We'll pay for everything. We'll give you the land. We'll give you the spot to put it on, and we will pay for it all. All you got to do is throw in $1 billion, and it's a done deal. And if you're a Clark guy, you're like, give me the money. Give me that money. That's easy. We'll take that. That's awesome. And so I it's amazing to me, you know, and then on the flip side, Missouri, and there was another video I saw, I didn't capture, but another video that I saw, Clark Hunt was visiting with some media reporters, and Clark Hunt said, well, you know, the reason why, you know, we went to Missouri and we talked to Missouri and we wanted to get there, we wanted to get what they were going to give us, but we were dealing with the governor, we were dealing with the county, we were dealing with the city, we were dealing with 4 or 5 different entities that were not working together, and it just resulted in a bunch of chaos, and we weren't getting anywhere. But Kansas came in with one offer. Here it is. Wham, bam. Thank you, man. All right, we'll take it. Boom, we'll go. And so the Chiefs are moving to the opposite side of the river, and it's exciting for, I know, a lot of Kansas people that are very happy. I saw a tweet, though, about someone who's, you know, Missouri people are not happy. Now they're going to possibly go be fans of another team because they're not in Missouri anymore, which is hilarious. That's not going to be the case.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah, sure. So, go ahead.
Since I'm still newer to the area and I'm still finding out the, I guess, fan demographic, what do you think the split is between fans of the Chiefs in Kansas and Missouri right now?
Right now, the fandom between Chiefs of Kansas and Missouri? Oh, my gosh. I don't know. I think that's a hard deal to say. I mean, the Missouri fans used to have, of course, the Rams. They don't have the Rams anymore, but I'm sure they probably still follow the Rams, even though they're not there. I just don't think
maybe some
Chiefs fans. I think you stick with your team. If you're a Rams fan, you're a Rams fan. I mean, Kansas City Chiefs to me are more than just a 2-state team. I think there's a lot of fans in Nebraska that are fans of the Chiefs. I think there's a lot of fans in Iowa that are fans of the Chiefs.
A lot of bandwagons across the nation that have
I'm sure there are
fans in recent years, I think.
But I think once you get out here to like western Kansas and you get kind of maybe to the Oakley, Colby area, you maybe find more Broncos fans because it's closer to go to Denver and go to the Broncos games. I mean, there's people out here I know that have season tickets that live in western Kansas. They go to Broncos games. So I know they're not Chiefs fans, but I would say anything for sure from Salina East, you're going to have mostly that. But I'd say almost the same thing if you go to Missouri and you go to Columbia West. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot. It's NFL football's harder like
it's
that
weird.
To judge your fandom and where you're at. Once again, it really shouldn't matter. I mean, The only thing is that now Missouri fans got to go the distance that Kansas fans went to go to the game. What does it matter?
It's not much more.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
Not really. I mean, yeah, some fans be like, well, now we got to fight traffic, go all the way across the city. When we used to live on the east or the west side of, the east side of Kansas, we just went there as a piece of cake. Now you got to go fight me. I don't know. I don't blame the Chiefs for doing it first and foremost. I don't blame them at all. I think this is the thing that they had. When you're getting that kind of financial backing from someone and you can keep it remotely close to where you're at, I don't know how you not turn that down, even if you are crossing state lines. I just don't know how you don't do that. I mean, that kind of financial backing, you just don't usually find that. I mean, I don't know the details on Jerry's World, but my guess is Jerry's World was funded a majority by Jerry in Jerry Jones. I would guess that. I would guess that the city did not chip in over 2/3 the money to put up that humongous building. So once again, Kansas wanted them badly. They gave them a deal they could not refuse. The Chiefs took it. They're going to be there. The question is, will the Royals follow? That's another question. Will the Royals follow, or will they stay on the Missouri side and build a new stadium downtown? Because that's a big thing that I think a lot of people would love to be next to Power and Light District. We'll see about that. I don't know. But the Chiefs are officially coming to the state of Kansas. So I'll be interested to see. Let's see here. Drew chiming in. He goes, have you been to a Chiefs game? You fight traffic regardless of where you live.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
But, I mean, like I said, and Drew, it's been a long time since I've been to a Chiefs game, to be honest with you. A very long time. I went to like a Chiefs game back when Derek Carr was a quarterback for the Texans, like that long ago.
You mean David Carr?
Sorry. Yeah, Dave. See, there you go. David Carr.
David Carr. That was like the early 2000s.
Yes, early 2000s since I've been to a Chiefs game. So, yeah, I have no doubt. It doesn't matter. It's the Chiefs took the better deal. That's the thing. And Missouri, I think, took for granted the fact that Missouri took for granted that they were just going to, that the Chiefs were just going to stay with them. They just kind of took for granted, like, they'll stay here. They're going to stay with us. They're going to find a way to hang around. And then when they found that Kansas was that serious, like, well, we better get our stuff together. And that was too late at that point in time. And it didn't happen. And Missouri lost the Chiefs. Another cool thing. I mean, I wish it was a retractable dome. I'm tired of football games being played inside. We're getting soft as a society. We need to have open air. So I wish it was a retractable dome. Nonetheless, a dome would be great because now they get to host Super Bowls, college football playoffs, Final Fours. Marty Lehman on my text line here chiming in says, could you imagine all 6 classes of state wrestling done at the Chiefs Dome? Yeah.
Oh, man.
That too. That'd be awesome.
Let's get state basketball there, too. Come on.
Maybe. That would be a little bit too big for what it is, honest to God. But
never know.
And Marty, would they even do that, Marty? I mean, Kansas is so big on having everything at multiple sites around the state. I don't even know if they'd even do that, Marty. So I doubt that Case would even allow that to happen, or the towns to allow that to happen. But I mean, still, think about it. They have the college football playoff, Final Four, Super Bowl, and stuff. All, from where we are 5-6 hours down the road, or for some people just a couple hours down the road.
So they're playing the Final Four there too, huh?
Well, they've got it's a dome place. If you have a dome, you can turn into a Final Four.
You could do it, but football should be played in the snow. I hope it's retractable and they can open it up.
I would love it to be retractable, but I doubt it's going to be. But I would love it to be a retractable roof. Football should be able to be played in the elements. That's the way I see it. Anyway, so the Chiefs once again moving to Kansas. Speaking of Kansas, the Kansas men's basketball team got their final game in before the holidays. Got it in, and the Kansas men with a victory over Davidson last night in pretty convincing fashion, 90-61, the final score. I thought the audio postgame. So they didn't visit with Bill Self postgame. They visited with Jacques Vaughn. Jacques
Vaughn's an assistant on the staff?
Yes, you didn't know this? Jacques Vaughn's an assistant on the Kansas staff.
That's a former NBA head coach right there.
Yes. I kind of almost get the feel sometimes if it's not like a secret coach in waiting type thing, maybe. I don't know about that for fact, but Jacques Vaughn recently this year was added to the staff after he was no longer with the Nets. And so Jacques Vaughn, they visited with him post-game, assistant coach Jacques Vaughn. He had something interesting. They asked him about the progress of this Kansas basketball team, and I thought he had a great response to it.
I think the biggest part of we've learned how to play with and without Darren. And so that ability, really, when we were in Vegas, to get 3 wins there, put our group in an interesting position where they were to play for each other, learn how to play off of each other, and they're understanding each other as a group more so than they did at the beginning of the year.
I thought that was a money quote there from Jacques Bond, because it is true. They learned how to play without Darren Peterson, and we're seeing that work be done. I mean, they went into the season saying we're going to play a certain way because we have Darren Peterson, one of the best, if not the best, freshman in the country, and super talented and going to be a first-round pick, top 5 pick, whatever, top 2 pick, number 1 pick. We're going to play a certain way. And because he's been hurt so much, they've had to adapt on the fly and how to play a different style, more of a team style of basketball. And that has and it has looked better and better, it feels like, over the last month with him being out as much as he has been. It just continues to look, and guys are being asked to knock down shots. Trey White last night goes out there and does a great job in helping out his team. He was really good from 3 was Trey White. I think he was able to add in, there were 6 guys that finished in double figures. And anytime you can have that kind of balance on the stat sheet, it's extremely hard to slow down an opponent when you have that kind of balance on your statistical stat sheet. And, you look at that box score last night, and you had Trey White, like I said, going out there. He had 18 points, tied with Flory Badunga, who also had 18. And Flory's just doing his thing. Flory is doing Flory, running the floor, throwing everything down, dunking everything in sight. Does a great job with that. But you had all 5 starters in double figures, and then Cole Rosario, who I love watching. He's a high flyer, had 13 points in 19 minutes of action. They're learning how they have learned, and still learning, but learned way more to a successful rate, how to play without Darren Peterson and get wins.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've certainly done that, especially in the recent stretch when they lost Darren Peterson in an NC State game, and Melvin Council went absolutely
bananas.
Yeah, like, to know you can get that out of a guy like that, it's got to be a little comforting. I mean, obviously, you're trying to play a little bit more of a team game without Darren, but to know there's another guy on that team that can be a microwave scorer like that, it's good. And Kansas came away from December pretty well. I mean, their only loss in the month was by 5 points to UConn, who's one of the best teams in the nation. And Kansas is going to come into January. They get kind of a soft start to the Big 12 schedule. UCF, TCU, and West Virginia are their first 3 games. Then it's Iowa State, and that's a tough one. And I'm sure they're going to hope they get Darren back for that one. But I like it. They get a good launching point to start out next month.
I was looking at the schedule for UCF. This is the first game for Kansas, I think, after the holidays, which will be on January the 3rd. But KU is at home against Central Florida. I'm going to run through the schedule of Central Florida real quickly here. You tell me how tough this thing is. They are 10-1. Hofstra, Vanderbilt, Florida A&M, Texas A&M, Oakland, Pitt, Quinnipiac, VMI, Towson, Mercer, Florida Gulf Coast, Florida Atlantic.
Let's see who they beat. I would assume they
everybody
lost
but Vanderbilt. Everybody but Vanderbilt. They beat everybody else.
Texas A&M and Pitt are not the best Power 5 teams, but they beat them. And Vanderbilt's still undefeated. They're legit. So honestly, maybe UCF's not all that bad.
Maybe not. Maybe they are a really good team. And then I don't know about TCU. I haven't seen what they are. They are 9-3.
I think they got beat by a low major, if I remember correctly.
No, they lost to New Orleans in the season opener.
Yes, I remember that. Oh, man, that was bad.
Let's see. They lost, but they only lost to Michigan, and we've talked about how high-flying Michigan is, right?
They lost to Notre Dame, too, which is not an awesome look.
By 2, and they lost to Michigan by 4. That's the amazing thing. Lost to Michigan.
You know who Notre Dame just lost to?
Who'd they lose to?
Purdue Fort Wayne. Yep. Not good.
We'll see. Anyway, yeah, I would agree with you, though. I don't think the schedule is daunting to begin. It's not like you're playing Arizona, followed by whoever else you want. Texas Tech. Those are your
Iowa
first
State.
2 games. Iowa State. You're not getting those 2 games right off the bat. So you'll just push on through. But anyway, once again, convincing win last night for Kansas, 90-61. I agree with Coach Jacques Bond. They've learned to play without Darren Peterson. And they're going to have to do that because I think we're going to see Darren Peterson in and out of the lineup all season long. I think we're going to be lucky to see him out there for a stretch of 3 or 4 games consecutively. He just seems to be injury prone at this point in time. Not a tag you want to have when you're trying to start your career.
No.
The best ability is availability. That's the best.
What they say.
And what's the other one? What is the something about? You can't make the club if you're sitting in the tub, the ice tub. That is.
I don't think I've heard that one.
Can't make the club if you're sitting in the tub.
Sure.
That's a good one. I like that one a lot. All right. Last night on Monday Night Football, a win real quickly for the I'm losing my mind, for the 49ers convincingly, 48-27. I know our good friend Nick Athen is a huge fan of Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator for the Colts, but he didn't have a good way yesterday. Gave up 48 points to the 49ers, who honestly offensively haven't been that great all this season. Brock Purdy didn't have 1, not 2, but 5 touchdown passes in that win. And I don't care who you are, Phillip Rivers, whoever, but certainly Phillip Rivers, you're not going to go out there and be able to hang up 48 points.
No.
You're not going to be able to
I will say he looked decent, though. I watched most of the second half.
23-35, 277, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Hey, he was fine, old man Rivers. He was fine. Nothing wrong with that. But you're not going to win when your defense gives up 48 points. So Christian McCaffrey ran for 100. Greg Kittle had 100 yards receiving. Like I said, Brock Purdy 5 touchdowns. Hard to win when you're getting that done. Tell you what, that win, either the win by the Niners or the loss by how do I want to put this, by the Colts, it really solidified a lot of spots in the playoffs. I actually had that written down here real quickly. After San Francisco Monday night win, the playoff picture, there have been 5 clinch spots in the AFC and the NFC. In the NFC, it's Seahawks, Bears, Eagles, Rams, Niners are now in the postseason guaranteed. The AFC, Broncos, Patriots, Jaguars, Chargers, Bills. 4 spots are still up for grab, but those have all been locked in when it comes to the NFL postseason.
Somehow the Ravens are still alive, even with the loss.
Somehow they are still alive just because they're in a division that is not very good. That's why they are alive.
Not wrong.
And then real quickly, Colin Klein announced 3 more hires to his staff yesterday. He has announced his defensive coordinator is going to be Jordan Peterson. He was the co-defensive coordinator at Texas A&M. Marcus Woodson, who's going to be the co-defensive coordinator as well. And by the way, I think Peterson's going to be a secondary coach. Woodson's going to be a co-defensive coordinator as well. After being and working in secondaries for more than 20 years with Arkansas. And then Nick Toth, I think it's either Toth or Toth, linebackers coach from Air Force, coming over. He was a defensive coordinator for 7 years. So bringing a lot of defensive coordinator experience to his defensive staff at Kansas State is first-year head coach Colin Klein. Made those announcements yesterday. So there you go. The front page here on this Tuesday. But no story bigger than, of course, the Chiefs moving to Kansas by the year 2031. There's not a lot of bigger stories than that. A lot of happy Chiefs fans in Western Kansas because it cuts their trip down by maybe an hour or so. Makes it a little bit easier to get to the Chiefs games. All right, we'll take a break when we come back. And plus, it's over there by the Legends, and it's just off I-70. So, as long as they get the construction road thing figured out, it shouldn't be terrible, but it'll still probably be not good. It'll still be bad, like Drew said. The traffic will still not be very, very good regardless. All right, let's get to a break. When we come back, we will visit with Riley Gates, our good friend from On3 Sports next. This is the Morning Blitz.
If you're shopping for a banking institution, visit with Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, and Quinter, Kansas. The Equity Bank is heavily invested in local business and activities contributing in many ways back to their community. Their employees are involved with many organizations and area events. Plus, a lot of experience comes with that staff. You'll find valuable local assistance when you bank at the Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, Quinter, and other locations in Western Kansas. The Equity Bank, member FDIC.
The holiday season just got brighter at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland. Wrap up the year with 0% for 36 months on all 2026 Chevrolet Trailblazer and Equinox models. Or slide into a new GMC, 1.9% for 36 months on a 26 Arcadia, plus up to $7,000 in rebates on a 26 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation with Turbo Max with eligible trade-in. Big savings, big style, and big holiday cheer. Only at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Stop in today or visit online at hurlchev.com.
It's time for a check of the markets with the Anderson Trade Group on the Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio Network.
Good morning. This is Tom Saluda with the Anderson Trade Group with your overnight market report on December the 23rd. In the overnight session, March corn was up 1 at 448, May corn up 1 at 456, and July corn up 1 at 461. January soybeans were up 1 at 1054, March up 1 at 1066, and May up 1 at 1077. March KC wheat was unchanged at 521.5, May KC wheat unchanged at 534, and July KC wheat unchanged at 548. The Dow Jones is currently down 100 points at 48,583. S&P is down 15 points at 6,915. NASDAQ is down 73 points at 25,620. Gold is up 40 points at 45.09. Silver is up 2 points at 70.5. And crude oil is slightly up at 58.17 a barrel. If you're out in the Colorado area and need any grain to market and have any grain to market or risk management questions, we call the Overland Park office, myself, Tom Saludo, Jared Law, or Tyler Ghosh at 913-748-3000. Thank you.
The Anderson Trade Group, proud market partners with Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio. Find out more at andersongrain.com. The risk of loss through trading futures and or options is substantial, and each investor or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated, is not indicative of future results. The Anderson Trade Group has no guarantee that the advice given will result in profitable trades.
What's on your to-do list? Check your mail? Get groceries? How about getting your annual vaccines? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. Because we've got you. With local vaccine events and access to transportation, protecting yourself and your loved ones is not a chore anymore.
You've got this.
A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by U.S. Aging. Funded by the U.S. Administration for Community Living through a grant to U.S. Aging. Learn more at yougotthis.usaging.org.
LivestockMarket.com offers all the tools you need for a successful production sale. The easy-to-use online platform makes it super easy to take bids from anywhere in the world. Buyers can place pre-bids and real-time bids, browse your sales catalog, and watch your sale broadcast live. LivestockMarket.com is also the ideal platform for private treaty sales and timed online-only auctions. There's no easier way to find buyers for cattle, horses, sheep, and hay. Sell on your terms today with LivestockMarket.com.
Kansas Corn reminds you that E15 This message from the Kansas Corn Commission. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Breaking down the plays, the players, and the passion.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
This is the Morning Blitz.
All right, we're back here on a Tuesday morning. I forgot to put my Christmas music in there. Dang it. Oh, well, I'll have to get it next break. Sorry. Screwed that up.
Next time.
Too many things I'm thinking about at the same time. Got too much to get to. Let's welcome in the program our good friend. He's waiting patiently, Riley Gates of On3 Sports. Riley, good morning. How are we doing today, buddy?
I'm very cold. I'm staring out at a frozen lake in Minnesota. Very cold.
Bless you.
Riley, what's the temp up there?
So the real temperature is 20 degrees right now. The feels like temperature is 6.
Woof. So
they said it's substantially warmer than it typically is at this time of year up here. So,
oh man,
I think this might not be an every year Christmas thing for us, but we decided to do it this year.
Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty here. Are you mad because it's that cold, or would you rather be back where you are at home and it be 70 degrees over the holidays?
Honestly, I don't hate the fact that it's cold and snowy.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's not, and I'm on record as being a cold weather guy, so like it's not miserable. It's more just like, oh wow, when I go outside, it is very cold.
So the question is, I'm assuming that your relatives are ice fishermen. Are you becoming one?
So they don't have one set up for their house, like the house here. Like we don't have an ice fishing hut set up. They've been to some before, like with the neighbors around here. I'm wanting to go into one. The problem is I don't see any set up. I see one. It looks like it's about half a mile away from where I'm sitting. And and I'm terrified to walk out there and check it out. And I'm definitely not getting in a car to drive out there and check it out. So I'm not really sure what the plan is there. I kind of want to see one, but going that far out on look, I want to say I went like 50 yards out onto the lake yesterday, and I was doing okay. I was like, yeah, it's pretty thick, we're good. And then like I heard it cracking, which I'm told is it's pretty normal to hear the cracking, is what they said, but I'm something about the ice cracking when I'm standing on it. I'm not cool with it.
I love it. You know, some of those ice huts are fancy. I mean, like Cadillac nice, like, you know, heated, television, cook space, all that stuff.
Bar, everything. Yeah,
man. Yeah. You're going to have to take some pictures for us and we'll report back, you know, hopefully get out on one. I'm surprised that the in-laws don't have one. You know, you're on a lake. That's kind of the Minnesota thing to do. I'm just kind of surprised.
I think my father-in-law is a pretty big fisherman. So once he gets up here today, once he gets up here, he might try to find a way into one. We'll see.
Okay. That's good to know. Well, that's going to be great. I hope you make your way into an ice hut, Fisher Hut house. That'll be great. I hope you make it into one. That'll be fantastic. Riley Gates, our friend from On3 Sports. Riley, we were discussing on the show yesterday about the college football playoff, and the word that I used for it was disappointing. I didn't think the first round was the games might have been somewhat close in some areas and blowouts in others, but overall the games were not that entertaining. What were your thoughts on the first 4 games of the CFP?
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd be kind of lying to yourself if you said like you were just like enthralled with the whole thing. The Alabama game was really fun just because it was like, oh my God, Alabama's going to get boat raced. And then out of nowhere, they kind of flipped a switch. So that was kind of fun to watch. And I thought people kind of overreacted to the Miami Texas A&M game. Like, yeah, I get it. Touchdowns are fun. Explosive plays are fun. Nobody wants to see a 10-3 football game, but like, I don't know. I think recently I've come to appreciate good defense a lot more. And so I was really locked into that one. I thought it was great. The downside was that the 2 G5 games followed that, and they weren't anywhere near each other, not anywhere near competitive. And they went right in the slots where you kind of lock in to watch, you know, big games, prime time, so to speak. And instead I found myself watching Eagles and Commanders. So yeah, it wasn't very exciting for the most part, but I would say not terrible from start to finish.
And now you see all the conversation with some people saying that group of 5 teams shouldn't be in the playoff or should, and they deserve a slot or two. What's your take on all that business?
Yeah, it's actually been a pretty hot topic in our work chat and our Slack channel. I'm still pro G5. I really am. If you're going to have a 12 or even a 16 team field and you're going to hand out all these spots, I want to know that like everyone has a fair and equal chance to win the national championship. Okay. And everyone says, oh, okay, well, let's go to 16 and we'll just include the top 16. And if the G5 is in it, then they'll have earned their way in. Well, sorry, I don't necessarily trust the people who do the polls who devalue teams based on what conference they play in and therefore can impact the rankings. I don't trust that they would put a G5 team high enough to get in there. Look, let's be real. Like, if K-State ever gets into the college football playoff, I don't really think they're going to have a very strong chance to win the national championship. I mean, that's an insanely difficult task to do. And you have to have a roster that can compete with the SECs and the Big Tens of the world. And I just don't think a team like K-State could even necessarily put together that for 3 or 4 games. So are we really just going to ban the G5s out because they're not in the Big 12 or they're not in the ACC? Like, I don't necessarily agree with that. So yeah, I like the thought that, hey, everyone has a chance to earn that seat at the table in whatever way they can. And for the G5, that's that one spot that they get. Now, granted, this year was a little different, and that's on the ACC. That's not on the G5 for there being a weird format that allowed them to get 2. That's on the ACC.
Riley Gates, our guest on 3 Sports, joining us on the Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware hotline on this Tuesday morning. It's interesting because I think I'm with you. I think there needs to be inclusion of everyone. There needs to be at least a window for a group of 5 team to get in every single year. Whether that's, but and here's the thing. Let's face the facts. When you look at the college basketball, the NCAA basketball tournament, how many years did we go by before a 16 team knocked off a 1? I mean, and it's a lot, it took a long time for that to happen. So I just don't think you can judge it off of a couple of years of what we've seen. I still think we're going to see a group of 5 team push a power 5 team at some point in time down the road. I really do think we're going to see that. Don't you agree?
I do. And I mean, I think, let's see, rewind for 2 years ago or whatever year that was. And I guess it was probably longer than 2 years ago. So the year that Cincinnati was in the college football playoff, if this thing had been a 12 team, Cincinnati probably could have won a game in it. And so it's just kind of based on the year that it fell. Everybody says, oh, I think we should have the best teams that can actually win a championship play in the playoff. That's what the playoff's for. Well, if that's what your real goal is at the end of the day, then you shouldn't be arguing for a 16-team field with no G5. You should be arguing to go back to the BCS, because if that's really all you want to determine the best teams to win the national championship. You shouldn't be in with 3 losses. You shouldn't be in with 2 losses. It should be a perfect record, maybe 1 loss if everybody else lost games. I think that argument is very skewed. If your goal is to find the best team in America, it shouldn't include 2, 3, potentially even 4 losses, because that's what we're going to have. If you expand this thing to 16, which they're going to, I'm very aware of that, and I've already accepted it. There's going to be an 8-4 SEC team that's making their case to get in over a 10-2 Big 12 team. And there will be people advocating for it because strength of schedule and the SEC is harder and blah, blah, blah. That will be the argument. So I just think the whole we want the best teams is a little disingenuous.
You're talking about putting certain, picking the right 16 teams at times. I had a friend of mine say something yesterday, which I guess I hadn't heard before, but what are your thoughts on Vegas picking the 16 teams to put in there? Because they know something that we don't most weeks.
It would probably be accurate.
Yeah,
in terms, if you're I've lost a lot of money to them to Vegas by not knowing who's a good team and who's a bad team. It'd be very weird, and I think it would start to raise a lot of eyebrows as to, because then what numbers can you actually trust to bet on, and is there insider information getting out? I think it would probably create a firestorm and a big mess. But yeah, they'd probably know better than a bunch of athletic directors of different schools that don't watch half the college football games and then just provide a blank ranking in some Holiday Inn ballroom somewhere.
Yeah. See, I think it's either give it to Vegas or bring back the BCS computer and have them put the 15 teams in there and then the one group of 5 and go from there. Try to give it a start.
The one that I've always kind of wanted, and I know it's never gonna, it's not a realistic suggestion, so I'm not even really saying they should consider this, but I really think they'd have a better field and a more accurate field if you kind of went with more of a national media type thing, like a Josh Pate, a Joel Klatt, a Greg McElroy is kind of already part of the, and they all have their biases. Every human being has a bias, but I feel like guys like that who kind of cover the whole sport, they watch it every single Saturday, and they kind of have their thumb on the entire sport as a whole. I think they could even do a better field than like I said, those athletic directors in a ballroom somewhere. Now, it's not realistic, because you're going to have people saying Klatt's a Big Ten homer, and McElroy is going to fight for the SEC, and I get all that, and you don't want to put it in the media's hands, but I just think they could do it better, because I always say this about the Heisman too. It's Riley Gates, I don't deserve a Heisman vote. I'm just not that qualified, but I certainly think that I would do a whole lot better voting for the Heisman than some of these random beat writers who they use their votes on just nobody, guys that just aren't even in the conversation for the Heisman because they watched them play one game at a stadium somewhere, and they voted to represent their local region. It's okay, well, you're not even watching the games on Saturday. I'm sitting at my computer. I'm watching every single game from start to finish. We need more of that in the playoff selection, the Heisman process. Like, we need guys that actually guys and girls who actually watch the sport and not just watch 1 or 2 games and know the talking points.
You could take a Heisman vote. I'll give you one. I'm not that I have one, but you can have my Heisman vote, Riley, I guess. You watch a lot of games. Do you think that on January 1st, when the college football playoff resumes, do you think the 3 games, sorry, I guess it starts the 31st, but the 4 games that are coming up here over the 31st and the 1st, do you feel like they are going to make up for what happened in the first round with entertainment purposes?
Yeah, man, I hope. I really hope. I mean, I think we'll have at least 2 that get really tight. I don't know which ones those will be also, because like I'm standing here looking at the lines and 2 of them are a touchdown spread. Ohio State's pushing 10, and then in Oregon, Texas Tech is essentially a pick 'em. I have high hopes. If the Oregon Texas Tech game isn't competitive and close, I got a bad feeling about the day, because that's kind of the one that looks like the most entertaining or the most tightly fought that it'll be. So got big hopes for that one. And then obviously, like, I think Georgia Ole Miss could be really good, because it's kind of 2 clashing styles, you know, Georgia's defense, Ole Miss's offense. Everyone's going to be like really excited about that Ohio State game. I think it's going to be probably not very fun. I think Ohio State's just a significantly better team than Miami, and even if it's like close on the scoreboard, I don't think it's going to feel that close. So I think we're going to get 2 for sure. Alabama, Indiana. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that game, because I know that Indiana is really good, but I just have this weird Alabama feeling in the back of my head. So it'll be interesting for if nothing less, I think.
So with all that said, do you have a team that you would have favored as the champion this year?
I took a little bit of a flyer on Georgia before the playoffs started, because I watched the way they beat the brakes off Alabama in the SEC championship game, and I was like, whoa, that's a Georgia that like I feel like we didn't see a ton of this year. And postseason Kirby is kind of able to flip that switch. So, and you just look at the bracket, like, okay, go to the top. It's Oregon and Texas Tech who are just going to beat the snot out of each other. And Alabama, Indiana, like whoever comes out of that little 14 pod, I'm not certain by the time they get to the championship, they're not just going to be like gasping for air. And then meanwhile, I just think if Georgia can handle business against Ole Miss, it's like, yeah, they're going to have a tough game against Ohio State if it plays out the way I think, but like I don't think it's going to be as physically demanding as the top half of the bracket. So like if you made me pick, I think I might go with Georgia right now. They're really sneaky, and it just feels like everybody's kind of overlooked them.
I would agree. That was my pick before the whole thing started. I got to ask one more before we let you go here. You know, we're looking at these games. How much of an advantage do you think teams that have a game under their belt will have, if at all?
Huge. I mean, I think history proves that. I mean, I say history is 1 year of history, but like Oregon was really good last year. I felt I had a future on Oregon to win the national championship from the start of the season. And I was like, they're sitting in an amazing spot. They get the bye. They're going to be rested. And then they just got their doors blown off them by Ohio State. So like, I do think it's going to have a really big impact on teams. And I hope it doesn't come at Texas Tech's demise. Like I'd really like to see Texas Tech play Oregon well and maybe even win the game. But like, I can't sit here and tell you that it's not going to matter, because even though it was James Madison and it's a team that really didn't have a chance to hang with Oregon ever, something about just like getting that rust knocked off, getting back into a rhythm and building some confidence with a win, like I think it can go a long way. It's why I don't discredit Alabama's chances to upset Indiana. Like, yeah, they didn't look great against Oklahoma, but then they flipped that switch, like I said earlier, and they kind of got things going. So who's to say they don't keep that ball rolling? I think that's going to be another thing that we see change in the format is the buys they're going to end up costing teams more than they end up helping teams.
Riley Gates on 3 Sports. Riley, thanks so much for taking away. time from your family. Enjoy the great north and the cold. I'm not going to lie. I'm jealous of you. I don't really want to spend Christmas in shorts, but it may be that way with 70 degrees down here. So enjoy the cool weather, and we'll catch up with you soon. All right. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and the whole family.
Or maybe you can play some golf or something instead. Yeah, I don't know what the.
I suppose I could do that too. There's going to be people that do. I guarantee it. Thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
Yeah, man. You too.
Once again, great stuff there from Riley Gates of On3 Sports up in Minnesota. So nice of him to take some time up there from the land of 10,000. I'm shocked, though. Shocked that his family does not have an ice fishing house or ice shanty or something like that.
That'd be awesome. I mean,
you would be down for that, going do some ice fishing?
I'm not a big fishing guy, but I've wanted to get into it more, so I feel like that'd be a lot of fun.
Hey, if you can get in there and get one of those nice Cadillac ones with the recliners and the television and do some ice fishing.
Just have a little hole in the floor of your cabin.
That's right.
Yeah.
Be great. All right, we'll take our final break. Come back. Picks of the weekend. Update is next on the Blitz.
Farmers, you'll find special order low prices on sweet blades now before next year's increase at the Grainfield Supply. Remember, they have those piles and pails of Oklahoma peanuts in at the Grainfield Supply, located on Old Highway 40, Grainfield, Kansas.
Hello, this is Dr. Travis Days, physician at Goodland Regional Medical Center. Through our collaboration with Western Kansas Oncology Group, we are able to expand our personalized cancer care services at GRMC. In addition to outpatient infusion therapies, visits with Dr. Rodriguez and PA Amanda Volchko are available on a weekly basis. To schedule oncology care, begin with a referral from your primary care provider. For more information, visit our website at goodlandregional.com under the Services tab.
Farmers and ranchers, sign up now for the annual American Implement Winter Service Special for your work to be done in our shop by our certified John Deere technicians. Call your local service manager at American Implement in Colby, Oakley, Goodland, and Wheeler, your John Deere dealers.
The holiday season just got brighter at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland. Wrap up the year with 0% for 36 months on all 2026 Chevrolet Trailblazer and Equinox models. Or slide into a new GMC, 1.9% for 36 months on a 26 Arcadia, plus up to $7,000 in rebates on a 26 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation with Turbo Max with eligible trade-in. Big savings, big style, and big holiday cheer. Only at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Stop in today or visit online at hurlchev.com.
Another holiday season marks another year coming to a close. For all of the significant life events that happen throughout the year, keep Zimbelman's Jewelry in mind. Visit Zimbelman's Jewelry in Burlington to pick out the perfect gift for all of your special moments.
High Plains Museum wishes you a happy holiday season. They currently have a traveling exhibit from the Smoky Hill Museum titled A Place to Call Home that explores the settlement of Kansas. Special thanks to the Sherman County Community Development who helped bring this exhibit to their museum.
From the headlines to the highlights.
It's good! The Wildcats are champions of the Big 12!
This is the Morning Blitz.
All right, got it right the second time.
There it is.
This is probably my favorite Christmas song of all time.
It's a great one.
The Boss. I love it for this part. I don't know how you don't get up. Oh, it's great. Listen to that song every Christmas time. My wife is probably like, we have to hear this song again. Yes, we do. Yes.
Is that on a constant loop in your house?
I don't know about loop, but it's probably the one of like 5 or 6 Christmas songs on rotation, you know? There's a handful of those. But yeah, it's great. I do love Christmas music, and that's one of my favorites for sure. Picks of the weekend. What do we got? How did we finish up?
So I went 7-5. You went 6-6. So very close. So this is the first time we went blind for our picks. Well, I mean, you knew what I had, but
right.
I went up top on my own, and we ended up pretty similar per usual here. So with the Chiefs game, oh my God, I don't think we could have even come close to
that was horrible.
Predicting this. I said the Chiefs would cover. You said the over would hit. Neither happened. The over was kind of close.
I was closer than the Chiefs would cover.
That's for sure. The Chiefs did not come close to covering. That was bad. So we're going to put that as a big no for both of us. Yeah, and this one too. Jags Broncos. We both had the Broncos covering.
Hey,
that didn't happen.
Credit to the Jags, man.
Yes, shout out.
Thanks.
Packers, Bears. I had the Bears winning. You had the Bears covering. Both of those happened. Shout out to Caleb Williams. Pats and Ravens, both had the Pats winning. They did after quite the comeback. That was fun to watch. 49ers at Colts. We both had the Colts covering the 6 points. Nope, 20-point game, of course. Number 9, Bama. Number 8, Oklahoma. At first, it looked like Oklahoma would cover, but they did not.
Early.
Yeah, we both we missed that one. So now Miami at Texas A&M. I said Miami would cover, and they did. You had Texas A&M covering. They couldn't score any points, basically.
Any points.
Only a field goal. And then Tulane at Ole Miss. I was drinking the G5 Kool-Aid, and I had Tulane covering. They did not. You had Ole Miss covering. They
good about that one.
Credit to you for that. And then JMU at Oregon. We both had JMU covering, and they did barely.
Thanks, yeah, Dave Rigger. Dave goes, I think we're going to be able to cover. I'm like, all right, I'll trust you. I tell you what, after listening to I listened to his call on the drive home from Manhattan. I was listening to his call, and you could just hear it in his voice like, uh-oh.
It's slipping away.
We're down 34-3. We got troubles.
Yes, I'm sure the vibes in that booth were probably not the best.
Great. No.
Around halftime, but
no.
Yeah.
They did show great heart.
They did. Montana at Montana State, a little FCS playoff action. We both had Montana State covering. Nailed it.
I wanted to pick Montana so bad, but I thought for sure Montana State would get it done. So
I think State won by like 20. I'm pretty sure.
It was close in the fourth quarter. When the fourth quarter started, it was close. They pulled away in the fourth.
And then Seton Hall and Providence, men's hoops. We both had Seton Hall winning, and Seton Hall rocks. They're really good this year.
They play Nova tonight, by the way. Nova and Seton Hall tonight.
Yes, if you're not doing anything tonight, please watch that game. That's going to be good stuff. Because Villanova's right next on our board. Wisconsin versus Villanova. I had Nova winning. They did. You had Wisconsin winning. They did not. That was the deciding one for our records. So Nova and Seton Hall, get on that. So now this season, you are 68-71. I'm 66-73. So
you're
two games back.
Neck and neck. Neck and neck.
I had to cover a pretty big ground for that.
You did.
I was down by a lot.
You've done a good job doing the legwork to get back in this sucker, or either I sucked it up, one of the two, probably a combo of both. We're gonna give you more credit for your picking skills.
I'll take it.
Let's get to the walk off.
High drive, deep left, grand slam, and back lifts his ball deep to right. How about a walk off Gray? To the 10, Denver's going on to New England. They win it on the first play of overtime. Mahomes flings it. It's there. Hardman, jackpot, Kansas City.
Do you know what holiday it is today?
The second day before Christmas. I don't know.
It's Festivus. Do you know?
Oh, yes.
It is Festivus today.
It is Festivus.
I got a lot of problems with you people, and you're all going to hear about it. Oh.
Are we airing grievances right now?
Oh my gosh. I have got an idea for a show segment. I just got to get it done. It has to deal with Festivus though. So good. A Festivus for the rest of us. Oh,
we should have done that today. That would have been
I
good.
know. I can't remember everything all the time, but that would have been hilarious. If I had 2 hours, we could do Festivus for the next hour, which would have been hilarious. Airing of grievances.
I'd have a lot to say about the sports world. I'll say that. Both of us would.
Wouldn't we all? That's for sure. Well, shout out to Connor's computer. It held up through 2 shows remotely. Way to go.
Can't believe it.
I can't believe it either.
Knocked out in the first minute today when we were just waiting on the show to start.
Yeah, he made it through today, and well, he'll be back. You're heading back this weekend, right? Are you heading back this way? Or are you going to be back?
Should be Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. We'll see.
All right. Well, we'll see when we'll see if it can survive another show possibly for him.
Yes.
It can make it. Once again, this is the final show of the week. We're off the rest of the Christmas break. So, first and foremost, everyone have a blessed holiday season. Merry Christmas, all that stuff. Enjoy time with family and friends. I know I enjoy it, so hope you all enjoy it as well. And we'll be back on Monday, the 29th. We'll kick things back off again, get things rolling. What'll be another choppy week due to the new year, but we'll push through. So, anyway, have a great holiday. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you back on Monday. For Connor Schuh, I'm Ross Volkmer. See ya.